ladies. This is a rolling 10 pan project pan update. I feel like there were some words in odd orders there, but it's the third time I've tried it, so we're just gonna roll. Let's start with the most exciting update I have for today, which is that I have hit pan in my ColourPop It's a Small World highlight. This is the shade Jubilant Chorus. First of all, we always have to stop and admire the little clock face on the front. And I have significant pan in there. I'm really happy with that progress. I love this highlighter. I was going to love it for the Small World packaging to start with, but it turns out that it is this beautiful shade for me. It is a white with some beige marbled in, or at least that's how it started. I've kind of swirled everything together to the point where it's a very, very white-based beige at this point. And it just gives a really pretty glow to the skin. I love it. I think this is a wonderful product. I like the consistency of these Super Shock highlights. They're very smooth, even when they have glitter in them, which I guess this one does have a little bit of glitter in it. It doesn't look super chunky on the skin. It's just lovely. Big fan of this, but I am glad to be able to roll it out of the project. Now, I didn't say this at the beginning, but I have 6 products in the project at any time that I am trying to get to like longer term goals on. So hit pan or finish, or I don't think I've had any other goals, but I suppose I could set like using half or something along those lines. And let's roll through the rest of those really quickly. I don't have anything to roll out. So first we have Whoopsberry Meringue from Bath & Body Works. Now I've been making really quite consistent progress on this. I've been using about 2 meringues, maybe 2.5 meringues worth of product at each update. So I moved from the green line at last month's update down to here today. This is a really pretty like cotton candy scent. The notes on it are fresh berries, whipped sugar, and fluffy vanilla. Bath & Body Works bring this out all the time in slightly different iterations, but I love all of them, and I think the packaging on this one is super, super cute. Next we have 2 blushes. We have the Bare Minerals Gen Nude Blush and Call My Blush. This is a mini. I've been working on it absolutely forever, and I think I have 1 month maybe of use that I want to finish. I don't want to finish this entire product, get every last bit scraped off the sides. I just don't care that much. Once it gets hard to coat my brush evenly, or once I start getting a patchy application, I'm gonna call it done. I've already repressed this once. I don't feel like doing that again. So that is what that is looking like. The other blush that I am working on is from Etude. It is their lovely cookie blusher in Peach Shoe Wafers. And my goal on this one is just to hit pan. I can really clearly see the rings through the product, and I've been using this quite consistently. I would say that I've probably used this at least 10 times, maybe more like 15 this month. So it wouldn't surprise me if next month I see pan, but at the same time, it took me so long to hit pan in the purple one of these that I had, that it also wouldn't surprise me if I didn't see pan for another 6 months. So that's where I am with that product. Next we have, I feel like there must be another product that I'm working on a long-term goal on. Why can't I figure it out? Oh, because it's out of my eyesight. This is from YC Collection. I just brought this in last month's update, and I hadn't had it sitting upright, so I wasn't able to mark it. But as of today's update, I am right at this pink line. So I have, maybe 1/3 of the product left. I used this, I don't know, 3 or 4 times this month, not very much. I want to get better use on it this upcoming month. and I think that'll happen. I don't know how long this will take to finish because I really don't have a great sense of how much use corresponds to how much progress vertically, but we shall see. And I'm enjoying working on it, so not a big deal if it's not out of the project for a little while. And then the last product that I have a longer term goal on is this Cinderella Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop. My goal is to hit pan. I used it, I don't remember if it was 5 or 6 times this month. I have it written down that I have used it 8 times, including today. I have it in my inner corner right now. I feel like I could be close. I really don't have a great sense of how much progress I'll need to make. Oh, can I kind of see the outline of the pan through, or is that just where I've been dipping my brush? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to keep using this. I'm really enjoying using it. It goes quite well with some of the shadows that I have in my I Want Pan project, which is my eyeshadow project for the year. So I've been enjoying working on that, and it's been pretty easy to use. I mean, I've used it 6 times-ish in the past month, so that's pretty good for a blue eyeshadow, I feel. Now, I usually have 3 products that I'm trying to get to 10 uses each. In last month's update, I brought in 2 products. I think that I had like another 2 that were sitting at like 8 or 9 uses. Honestly, I got those 1 or 2 additional uses within a day or so of the last update, so I put them away and I didn't feel like getting them out again. But the 2 products that I hit my 10 use goal on, spoiler, I did hit my 10 use goal on both of these this month, were the Vesca bronzer in Kissed by Rio, which is this quite light, almost yellow toned bronzer. I don't know if this is really the best tone for my skin. I think that for me, something that has a little bit more pink would probably be ideal, but it is nice. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today, more like blush placement than traditional bronzer placement. It's a pretty product. The texture on this is quite nice, and it's not overly pigmented, which I greatly appreciate because I can go a little bit heavy on the bronzer if I'm not careful. The other product is a palette. This is the Taupes by Juvia's. This was a brand new palette to me when I brought it in to the project. My goal was to use it 10 times, and within those 10 uses, to use every shade at least once. And I did that. I think I've actually used it a couple of times beyond those 10 uses. It's a really pretty, like, basics palette. I like how you have sort of these duos that are set up for you. I think that for a palette that's like, what, $15, or you can often get for around $15, that's available in stores at Ulta, that makes a lot of sense. Like, if you didn't know at all what you were doing with eyeshadow, it feels like it's laid out pretty easily for you. And I found this to be like an easy palette to use. The shade selection is nothing super inspiring, but it gets the job done. It was easy to wear for work. I have a lot of eyeshadows in this sort of neutral family. I don't think that, especially the shimmers, were anything super special. Like, they aren't incredibly glitzy, but they get the job done. I mean, they are really nice to wear on an everyday basis. The mattes, I think, are the highlight of this palette. They are quite smooth, quite blendable, and nicely pigmented, but I mean, they're pretty basic mattes. I suspect that the audience for this type of channel probably has mattes of this quality or better in these kinds of shades a few times over. But yeah, there are the shimmers. They are pretty. Can't take that away from them, but they're not, super eye-popping either. You're not seeing them from space. You're not even really seeing them from across the room. And then the last product that I'm working on at In Time is the palette of the month. This month it was the ABH Norvina collection. I think this is volume 1. And here is what this palette looks like. It is super bright, super fun. I feel like this shade right here is about the closest match to my shirt that I probably have anywhere in my collection, which I'm sorry if my shirt has been throwing off the white balance in this entire video, but I'm not gonna change. I'm really liking this new top, and it's actually not that bright. I don't know why my camera hates it so much. Anyway, this palette is super cute. It's bright, but it's pretty easy to wear because these shades are relatively easy to sheer out a little bit. Most of the time when I wore this, I wore one of these 2 shades, especially this purple I wore in the crease quite a bit this past month. I am going to Pride tomorrow, so I will probably bring this out because this just seems perfect for the occasion. But overall, I didn't get quite as much use on this palette as I probably would have hoped. I think part of that was that I was working on the Juvia's Place palette to get 10 uses, and I had my I Want Pan project, but also it's just bright. This isn't an absolutely everyday option for me. I did make an effort to wear this in work appropriate ways a couple of times, maybe using one of these shades in the crease, or as my lid shade using this light gold or this rose gold shade, but I didn't get a ton of use out of it. So now let's get into the products that I'll be bringing in for this month. As my replacement for the ColourPop highlighter, I have this e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. This is an older product in my collection. I don't absolutely love it, but I like it enough that I want to finish it rather than declutter. So I have about half of the product left. I marked it here in this red, which was not a great choice against the pink, but we'll make it work. This is quite a thin, sort of sticky primer. I think that it'll probably wear pretty nicely under foundation because it'll kind of grip onto it. But I don't know that I've actually ever worn this under foundation before. Has a little bit of moisture. It's mostly just kind of sticky. Not in a bad way, but the tackiness is there. So it should really extend the wear time of my makeup, which, especially this time of year, is much appreciated. Has a little bit of like a watermelon rind scent to it, which I find pretty pleasant. I know there are people who absolutely love this product, and that e.l.f. actually brought it back due to popular demand. I don't really see where they're coming from with that, but it's fine. I want to finish it, so I figured now was as good a time as any. I needed to replace all 3 of the products to get to 10 uses on. So first we have this e.l.f. Wild Peach lipstick. This is from their Sheer Slick line. And I could actually probably wear this today, maybe after I eat lunch and some of this wears off. This is what I'll replace it with. This is this pretty, slightly sheer, but quite bright, like pink coral shade. I don't really know where they're coming from with the Wild Peach name, but I like it. It's a really, really pretty color. I do quite like these e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipsticks. I think they are a really nice formula. I don't know that e.l.f. still makes these though. I haven't seen them in stores in quite a while, which is a bummer. I thought these were really good. The other 2 products that I want to get to 10 uses each are both in the Balm palette. This is the Balmbina, which is essentially In the Balm of Your Hand, Volume 3, Volume 4. It's existing products from elsewhere in their lineup put into a face and eye palette. So we have the face products over here, the eye products over here. The face products are, I think, what pretty much anyone would purchase the palette for. The eye products are just huge, and they're not that exciting. Like, I'm never going to do an eye look that incorporates those 4 colors. It's just not me at all. I want to use these 2 shades. So we have Let's Bolt, which is this like yellow gold highlighter, which doesn't seem like it should be wearable for me, but kind of works out somehow. Or at least it has in the past. I'm really questioning my past judgment at the moment, but we'll see. And then I also want to work on Bronzilla, which is this bronzer. And has this dried up on me? I'm just not getting a lot of color up. Huh. Yeah, I'm getting some color off of that, but not as much as I would expect. I might have to scrape that top layer and see what things are like underneath. Because this isn't a super old product in my collection. I've had this for, well, certainly not 3 full years. I know I bought it in the last place. So 2 to 3 years old. I don't think it should be dry yet. We'll see. Anyway, I want to work on Bronzilla as well and get that to 10 uses. That leaves just the palette of the month, which this month is going to be one of my absolute favorites. It is the ColourPop Tinkerbell palette. Sprinkle a Little Magic. I love the packaging on this. I think it is just too adorable. And the color scheme is so pretty. I love these greens with the more neutral mauve pinks. I think that's gorgeous. I feel like this will work really well with some of the shades that I have in I Want Pan without overlapping at all, because I don't think I have any greens in that project. I wouldn't swear to it, but I'm pretty sure I don't have any greens in there. And this is just so cute. The quality is not like the best ColourPop quality, but it's good and it's very workable. I can get the shades that I see in the pan to translate on the eye, and they're easy enough to work with. I just really like this. I think this is going to be so fun to work on. Maybe I should wear this to Pride tomorrow instead. I don't know. I have to decide what I'm feeling when I get up tomorrow. Anyway, I think that about wraps things up. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did like it. And I hope I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.